So I was in a relationship back then.
Okay.
And the way I liked that lady, it used to make me feel insecure.
Okay.
So I always wanted to control everything. I always wanted to know where she is. I found myself operating her phone on mine, but she's away.
You are many miles away. You're able to see where your girlfriend is, what she's doing, who she is with, and everything pertaining to where she is. How did that make you feel?
To me, I always felt it interesting.
Okay.
But after I find out whatever she's doing, I would always call and ask. So that I just find if it's a lie.
Or it's true.
Or it's true.
Just to confirm.
So there's a day I call her, hey, hi, how are you? Yeah, because I was here in Nairobi and we had met and there's North Rift somewhere there. On, I don't know, whatever you call it, in Fangano Street or like. So we had met and she was traveling to Eldoret. So I saw her off. After 2 days I asked her, how is everyone in Eldoret? Yeah, they are fine. What? Okay, then, are you sure they are fine? Yes, they are fine. But I can see you are somewhere in South Coast.
You are watching Art in Heart, your home of authentic conversations.
Now, most of us have met that one person who either changes our life for good or for bad. Some may call it an angel, or some would actually call it a demon. This is Art in Heart, and you're watching Against All Odds. Alphas, karibu sana to the show. It's so good to have you.
I'm Alphas Mukanzi. And I come from the other side of Kenya.
Which is the other side of Kenya?
The western part of Kenya. Kakamega.
To be specific?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still pursuing law because I've never gone to Kenya School of Law. So I'm not an advocate.
Okay, okay. Yeah. You're still a student of the law?
Yes. So, in another world, if I'm not doing anything to do with the law, I'm so much into passion with technology and anything that revolves around ICT. So, precisely, I also do something from day to day as a technician, somewhere here and there.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can meet me in court, or you can meet me somewhere in someone's premise and doing something there.
Okay. Yeah. So Alphas, what's the relation between law and tech? Why tech?
I started getting interested into just wanting to know how to manipulate phones, whether physically if I have them or remotely away. So I was in a relationship back then.
Okay.
And the way I liked that lady, it used to make me feel insecure.
Okay.
So I always wanted to control everything. In whatever she's doing. I always wanted to know where she is, who she's talking to. And just like that. So I became some jackass someone that I found myself operating her phone on mine, but she's away.
So, Alphas, you are many miles away. You're able to see where your girlfriend is, what she's doing, who she is with, and everything pertaining to where she is. How did that make you feel?
To me, I always felt it interesting.
Okay.
But after I find out whatever she's doing, I would always call and ask. So that I just find if it's a lie.
Or it's true.
Or it's true.
Just to confirm.
So there's a day I call her, hey, hi, how are you? Yeah, because I was here in Nairobi and we had met and there's North Rift somewhere there. On, I don't know, whatever you call it, in Fangano Street or like. So we had met and she was traveling to Eldoret. So I saw her off, and she reached there. I asked her, after 2 days, I asked her, how is everyone in Eldoret? Yeah, they are fine. What? Okay, then, are you sure they are fine? Yes, they are fine. But I can see you are somewhere in South Coast. And she says, she goes into now, I don't know, it's panic mode or something.
She doesn't know how you know that she's in South Coast.
Yes. And I specified a specific forest. I don't remember whatever it was. Yeah.
But Alphas, let me ask you.
Yes.
You're seeing a girl, a beautiful girl. You are hacking her phone, thinking it's actually for the good of your relationship. And because of your insecurity, not knowing that, you're actually making it worse.
I just wanted to find out the truth. And once I have the truth with me, I didn't think if I could have any issue so long as she tells me
the truth.
Yes, as per what I've seen. Because if I see anything opposite, it means
kuna mtu anacheza mwingine hapa.
Exactly.
Okay. So how was it with software and tech things? Did you leave law and pursue software?
No.
What happened?
It just became fun.
So
in terms of, you see, for instance, for purpose of internet, most of, or 90% of internet users, they only access the top layer of internet.
They don't go, there's actually a deeper level.
There's a deeper level of internet.
Okay.
That those things that you even don't know they exist.
And I've never even bothered to know.
Yes. There are sites that you cannot use just your phone the way it is. So with that, I got exposed to, there was something called onion roots or something like that. And I could get some softwares there that they don't exist all of.
In a normal life.
Yes.
So, Alpha, this is now you pursuing software engineering, or rather tech things.
No, just, yeah, on my own. Yeah.
For passion.
Yes.
Tell me more about it. I don't know, how did it help you when pursuing it?
No, because of that, in the long run, even after now things went haywire and I broke up with that lady, I stayed apart with her for maybe for close to 4 months, then I call it quits. There's a time that you can hold and say, if she comes, we talk.
If she doesn't?
Yeah. Then, so I'd crossed that line.
Okay.
So I was a free man.
Moving on,
yeah,
looking to seeing someone else.
Yes. So one night I'm asleep and I was staying with my friend. Then someone calls him, complaining that they have their brother who has gone missing.
Okay.
And they are worried that maybe he's been kidnapped and the likes. And they don't want to go so much public or into police stuff.
Reporting.
That early, yes.
Okay.
As much as they had reported, they had seen that the police are not
doing much about it.
Yes. So these guys come to me. No, my friend tells them, wait, I'll call you back after 5 minutes. And he turns back to me and asks me, I know what you used to do to your lady. Can you do this thing?
Okay.
I tell him, bring it on.
Why not?
Yes. And he calls them. So he tells them, I have someone who I can give you his number. You can talk. And this, my friend tells me, don't do business with them, please. Just treat them like the way I'm your brother and your friend.
At this point, Alphas, were you doing it as a business? Is it something you had considered doing it as a business?
No.
It was
but
still
when,
fun.
Yes. But when it hit me, there are people suffering in one way or another. And I have a solution in one way or another.
You started making money out of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So we meet these guys the following day. Myself. I tell them I can do it.
I can do something about it.
Yes, I can tell you where your brother or son is. so you only need to give me time. And they gave me deposit for that. From nowhere, I was broke yesterday night, and I'm a student, and here I have 5,000.
Instant money.
Yes, and it's just like I've not even started working on it. So I go back. I tell them, give me all the details you have about
that person.
Yes, they give me his phone. They tell me the email address for that phone that he used to use. They give me the email address without password. I still don't remember how I went round and round and now created my own password into his phone. And it is me now accessing his phone.
Okay, hold on, Alphas. You are trying to find out where someone is.
Yes.
You have an email address.
Yes.
You don't have a password.
Yes.
But somehow, in your own way,
yes,
you manage to
yes,
create a password
I went
and
around.
access the phone.
Yes. So once I have Google control of that phone from my end, it's easy for me to do anything I want.
And to know where that person is.
Yes. Apart from that, I can just give it a command and give it a link. Once that link goes that side and it clicks on it, it gives me further data that I need.
You are watching at InHeart, your home of authentic conversations.
So what happens is that he starts claiming he's insecure about me relating with other people. And me being a good girlfriend, I said, what? Okay, here are my socials. You can have them. Okay, here's my email password. Here's my Instagram. Here's my Facebook. Okay, he literally had access to everything so that he can see I ain't doing anything fishy.
In you doing that, were you doing it as part of being a loyal girlfriend? Welcome back. You're watching Art in Heart. If you haven't managed to watch our previous episodes, follow us on YouTube, The Arts in Heart Official, and Instagram and Facebook, The Art in Heart. Again, we're hanging out with the one Alphas. Alphas, back to our story.
Yes, so I accessed his phone. I was able to look at all the history of whatever he's doing on his phone. I access his photos, access his Play Store activity. So when I meet the brothers the following day, they are surprised I'm now talking about what they think they know. Because I just asked them, I think I've seen this guy was really working hard on some construction, and he must have been a nice guy. He must have been trustworthy. I say, yes, we gave him money for construction. I don't know what. Okay. But I don't want you to be worried, because based on what I've seen, this guy is not suffering. He has not been kidnapped. He's just having fun. He's
having his good life.
Yes.
Anapiga sherehe.
So they didn't understand why, because I also understand privacy. I didn't want to pour out everything. So I just calmed them down.
So this family was actually suspecting that their brother had been kidnapped, and even had contacts of the people they thought would have been.
They gave me contacts. I cleared each and every one by one. The first one, I even found out where he's working, and some guy who was working somewhere in Woolworth. I know there's a Woolworth shop somewhere in Village Market, which I've never been to.
Must be smart.
Yes, I don't know. Then there was now the number of this lady, and there's another anonymous number. The anonymous number was never successful because that person was not using that number frequently, and it was not a Safaricom or Airtel number, so it must have been Telecom. So it was never successful. So I pinned down and told them, the suspects you've given me, I see nothing in them.
They are not linked
to
the loss of this brother.
Yes. And But if you want their locations and you want to go and arrest them, I'll take you. This one is in Woolworths here in Village Market. And this one, if you want to get her, the lady is somewhere in Thika Road. So these funny places are forgotten. Yes, I know it was along Thika Road, and I found it. There's Dr. Lumumba Drive there.
Yes.
Yes.
Lumumba Drive next to TRM.
Yes, and I remember, and I even pinned down the Wi-Fi she was using, and I told them it's just opposite something hardware there. But I told them these people are innocent.
Okay.
Because whatever your brother is doing is not
Someone
that is frustrated. So there was just that one evening, this guy, I just gone to do something, and I come back, and it was 2 minutes ago he had used his phone, and the data was on, and it's off. So I couldn't trace him again. And after that, I lost trace, because he must have sold the phone, or for him, I think, because after that, the following day I told them, I've lost track of your brother. I cannot see. I cannot even establish what he's doing now.
Okay.
But he must be coming soon. And he never took more than 5 days.
Before he came back home?
Yes. And he didn't go back to where he disappeared from. He went to his village home. Because he knew what he has done there.
Okay. Now, Elphas, this is you doing business.
Yeah.
Tech, software is your thing.
Yeah.
After this brother, after this story of this brother, did you continue with software as a business? Or what happened? Like, where did it lead to?
So later on, this lady who was one of the suspects at the time, and the way I knew her, I liked the way she was operating.
Wait a minute. You're helping investigate a story about someone who's lost.
Yes.
You're given contacts of a lady.
Yes.
And you end up liking that lady. Uko kazi.
Had she been a criminal, had she been a criminal, I would have given her out. But I had already given them information to vindicate her. Not because I liked her.
Okay.
Because I saw nothing in her. And also towards the same other guy. So they were both clean.
Okay.
So it was just like that. I liked her. And one thing went to another and another. So by the time 2021 comes, we are in a full-blown relationship.
All in?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about the relationship.
So the first time we were coming now to stay constantly together, it was somewhere April 2021. And again, against all odds, in April 2021, where she was living, and if you have to travel to my place, there was curfew, there was no vehicles traveling that side.
So you couldn't travel?
There was a lockdown. But she managed, and she came and she came. Oh, 1 year down the line, not 1 year, but months down the line, we have sired a kid.
Wow.
My siblings were happy about it because nobody at the bar.
Sired a child.
Yeah, like for me, I don't have anything like I have a child somewhere suffering, and it's my seed.
Okay. So Elphas, let me ask you. You've met this girl through your business.
Yes,
the tech,
in
software,
2018.
In 2018.
Yeah.
Started a relationship.
Yes.
Everything was going on so well to a point that you decided, let's move in. Let's start this thing.
Yes.
Were you decided about staying with her all through life, or it was just, let's try?
The way we I came to know of her abilities. I liked the way
That's
she
what you saw.
Yeah. She's gone to school in a nice way. And she was left-handed.
Found it attractive.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a story of Elphas telling us about software, tech, how it landed him into a relationship. And that relationship made him be a father to one. You're watching Art in Heart. This is Against All Odds. Follow and subscribe to our social media handles on YouTube, The Art in Heart Official, on Facebook and Instagram, The Art in Heart. My name is Rinari. You have moved in with a girl you met through a software business you're doing, and now the girl has moved in, you have a baby. Please briefly tell us about when she moved in to now when you actually have a baby.
When she came, and things went very fast.
Okay.
In a manner that even some of my close friends and associates asked me, you guys are too fast.
Mnakimbiza vitu.
So, and when she gets pregnant and she tells me, I tell her, no, you're not getting rid of it. I'll take care of everything.
Okay.
Yes. So, after some 2 months, she leaves. She comes to Nairobi.
Okay.
Because she had gotten an opportunity. I don't know to work for me. I told her, you know me, I've been employed before. So nobody ever entices me with a job. I just asked very basic questions. Have they facilitated your stay for 1 month even without you having started to work? The answer was no. Have they given you fare? The answer is no. That's a scam.
Don't go.
But she insisted and she left.
Okay.
And whatever I said never went beyond 1 week before results. And she told me, I'm tired, I don't want to do that job.
Okay.
But lucky enough, she comes from, or she hails from these regions. So she can...
So it wasn't far from home?
Her home. So she went back to her home. I kept making follow-up every now and then about, have you gone to clinic? The answer was always yes. How is the status of her? Everything is okay. Up to when she was like into the 7th month, towards the end of the 7th month of pregnancy. I told her, my child is special to me. I want him or her to be given birth in my presence. But all through I had expected I'm going to get a baby boy. Because I wanted to recraft a new self of me into that.
Into that boy.
Yes. She kept saying, you see, I need to go for scanning, and you come, I'll take you myself. I facilitated, she came, and she said, we don't need to scan. I don't want to go. I cannot force her.
That's true.
So, one day, somewhere in early January this year.
This year?
Yes. She has like labor pains. Because I'm excited and it's my first time, I called my friend very fast, who actually very fast came, picked us and took us
to hospital.
Yes, and not even anywhere else, to the maternity, because we expect she's going to give birth.
Okay.
And it turns out it was a false labor. But then someone told me, if it has happened like that, my friend, you're not going to sleep. It's not
too far.
Yes. So we went. Then she went for the clinic because it just came like that. And it is the day I realized it is the first time she's going for clinic.
During this whole period, for the
Yes.
7 months,
Yes.
this lady had never gone for clinic.
In fact, it is now the 9th month because it was in January. My little daughter was born on 17th. And
17th
this
of January.
Yes, and this is happening on 11th of January.
That's the first time she's going
Yes,
for
if you check your calendar, I'm sure 11th was on Monday. Or it was on Sunday, one of the two. Because so when things happen that way, I don't know what happened, because I'd never sat down with anyone to tell me when you expect it, so
This is what you need to do.
Yeah. So after that, after all the tests, at the end of the day, now she's not giving birth. I was ready to make sure she gives birth that day. I go with her, take her somewhere nice where I love eating meat. So I go for some meat. She eats and she says, no, I'm full. I'll take the rest and I'm home. Okay. I called that person, pack it for her. We go.
So
everything was normal.
Let me ask you. A lady has just given birth.
She has not given birth. That is the day she had false labor. So for false labor after that, when everything was done.
You went and had nyama choma.
Yes.
Then took her home.
Yes. Then just Monday the following week. It was Sunday evening, 11:45 p.m. when I'm asleep. 12:05 screams.
Labor.
Yes. I tell her, please wait. I wish we had some ice for you so that it can just wait up to morning. Because I know somebody told me somewhere that when the labor pains come and if you induce ice, the baby fears coming out.
If you do what again?
If you induce ice and you eat ice, yes.
Or the baby.
It's never easy for you to give birth then and then.
But Alpha, do you actually know that when a lady is in labor, you can't tell her wait until morning?
Yes.
Because you're actually not in a position.
But if I had induced ice, it would have waited, which I didn't.
But that's not something you're sure about.
I'm sure about it because it was proven. A lot of these South Sudanese women do that.
Okay.
Because of facilities to give birth.
Okay.
If the water has broken and she's far from hospital, that's what they do.
So that night, did you go to hospital? Did you wait until morning?
12:05 screams. 12:17 screams. No, we have to go.
So you left and went to hospital?
Yes.
This is
So my uncle drove me to hospital with her. And 1:17 a.m. she gives birth.
Baby was out.
Yeah. So we never stayed in hospital for more than 5 hours. No, it was a transaction of if I only delayed, if I delayed for any like 5 to 10 minutes, she would have given birth in the car.
I see. This is interesting, and I can tell Alphas that this is one of a story. Thank you for joining us. Why don't you join us next week for part 2 of this story as we continue talking to Mr. Alphas.
She accused me of giving her HIV/AIDS.